Nordstrom brings you the season's most wanted brands. Skims, Mango, Free People, and Princess Polly. All under $100. From trending sneakers to beauty must-haves, we've curated the styles you'll wear on repeat this spring. Free shipping, free returns, and in-store pickup make it easier than ever. Shop now in stores and at Nordstrom.com.
I think you're on mute.
Workday starting to sound the same?
I think you're on mute.
Find something that sounds better for your career on LinkedIn. With LinkedIn Job Collections, you can browse curated collections by relevant industries and benefits, like flex PTO or hybrid workplaces, so you can find the right job for you. Get started at linkedin.com/jobs. Finding where you fit. LinkedIn knows how.
This is Optimal Health Daily. Social Proximity Effect. Your friends' habits will become your habits, by Tyler Tervooren of Riskology.co. And I'm Dr. Neil, your host and narrator. I read to you every day from the best articles online, with a little bit of my commentary at the end. And don't forget, on Fridays, that's where I answer your questions. But I'm sure you're excited to hear today's post, so let's get right to it and start optimizing your life. Social Proximity Effect. Your friends' habits will become your habits, by Tyler Tervooren of Riskology.co. The other day I was watching an episode of Shark Tank, a reality TV show where struggling entrepreneurs offer up a piece of equity in their businesses for a chance to work with successful business people. In this episode, one of the entrepreneurs ended up giving away a bigger portion of his business than he originally intended to close a deal with a shark, or the investor. It was the right decision to make because his business was going to fail without some outside investment and guidance. But it was what he said during his exit interview that really struck me. Quote, "Hang around 4 broke people and you'll be the 5th. I'm glad I got a deal with one of the sharks." End quote. What he's talking about is the proximity effect, and you can use it to improve important pieces of your own life. Social proximity effect turns you into your friends. Humans are social creatures, and we're all highly influenced by the people around us each day. There's little you can do to control it. Who you spend your time with will have an impact on the way you behave. In the example from Shark Tank, the entrepreneur understood that spending more time with other successful and wealthy business people would help him pick up the habits and mindset he needed to emulate their success. But the concept doesn't only apply to money. People who hang around those that smoke or drink alcohol are more likely to smoke and drink themselves. And you're more likely to buy things the people you're closest to also buy. Their values become your values. Those are just some examples. The psychological influence of the people you're close to is strong. Just look around for examples in your own life. Examples of social proximity effect. I recently learned several of my friends hire housekeepers to clean for them. A few days later, I was researching housekeepers in my neighborhood. These are people I care about and respect, so I'm naturally inclined to try to be more like them. Look at your everyday habits. What do you do in the morning after you've showered and had breakfast? How do you behave at work? What do you like to do on the weekend? Where did all these things come from? More than likely, they came from someone you met along the way who influenced you one way or another. It could be a joke you picked up from a friend or a habit you inherited from your boss. It could be your relationship to money that came from your parents or a hobby that came from your partner. It doesn't take long for the proximity effect to start working its way into your behavior. When I spent time in Buenos Aires, I noted that within a few days, I had modified my behavior to fit the customs of the city. I wanted to act like a local. They don't queue into lines, so I fought for a spot to check out at the grocery store, something I wouldn't do at home. Deadlines are less important there, and I found myself being more lax with my schedule. I was supposed to check out of my room at 11 a.m., but ended up staying well into the afternoon writing. Here's an interesting one. When someone spoke to me in broken English, I mirrored that broken English back to them. I knew proper English, I just didn't use it because they didn't. My reaction was automatic. I even started to pick up their accent. There's nothing wrong with this per se. It's simply a characteristic of humans and many other species. This is how we learn and how we relate to one another. But it underlies the importance of being thoughtful about exactly what you expose yourself to for learning and who you spend time with and relate to. Developing poor money skills or picking up bad habits could become a type of sympathizing you do to maintain relationships. Harness the social proximity effect to improve any part of life. If proximity effect dictates that we'll mirror the people around us, then we have to carefully monitor who those people are. It's the one variable we control. The proximity effect is not just something to be wary of. You can harness it to improve your life. If hanging around people with bad habits will cause you to develop bad habits yourself, then the opposite is also true. Spending time around people with good habits will lead you to develop good habits. If you're a timid person, it's probably because you spend the bulk of your time with others who mirror that same personality trait. If you want to be more adventurous, find adventurous people to hang out with. Go to a rock climbing gym or find an outdoor-oriented group to join. Want to start a business? It'll be hard to do from inside a cubicle surrounded by other people in other cubicles. To improve your odds of actually starting, find a friend who's already done it. Search your city for a local entrepreneurs get-together. If you have horrible eating habits and you don't exercise, you might have a circle of friends or relatives that are the same. To change that, you have to change the amount of time you spend with that group and find another set of friends that eat well and do exercise. Opportunities to find people like this are easier than you think. In many cases, you hardly need to worry about doing the actual thing you want to do. Instead, focus your effort on finding people who already do that thing and build relationships with them. Thanks to social proximity effect, that thing will most likely become a regular part of your life. Your homework today. If there's something you want to do or change about your life, then think of people you could spend more time with or places you could go that would allow you to take advantage of the social proximity effect. Reach out to someone new today or catch up with an old friend who embodies a habit you'd like to build for yourself. You just listened to the post titled Social Proximity Effect. Your friends' habits will become your habits by Tyler Tervooren of riskology.co. And I'll be right back with my commentary. When we started this podcast, it felt like diving into the deep end. Each day brought new challenges, and we were drowning in decisions. Finding the right tools became our lifeline. For millions of entrepreneurs, that essential tool is Shopify. Shopify powers millions of businesses worldwide and handles 10% of all e-commerce in the US. Launch confidently using hundreds of templates that create a beautiful online store matching your brand. Create content effortlessly with Shopify's AI tools that write compelling descriptions, craft headlines, and enhance photography. And market like a pro without a team. Plus, Shopify's expertise covers everything: inventory, shipping, returns, and beyond. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. Turn your big business idea into with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/OHD. Go to shopify.com/OHD. Shopify.com/OHD. You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen. Indeed Sponsored Jobs helps you stand out and hire fast. Your post jumps to the top for relevant candidates, reaching the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, Sponsored Jobs gets 45% more applications than non-sponsored ones. One thing I love about Indeed is how it speeds up hiring. When I've hired in the past, the process was overwhelming. I wish I'd used Indeed. There's no need to wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/health. Just go to Indeed.com/health right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/health. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need. Dr. Neil here for my commentary. So, as Tyler said today, what if we chose to surround ourselves with those that enjoyed exercising, or hang out with those that find ways to deal with stress more effectively? A while back, a major U.S. magazine published a cover story that said, quote, "Obesity is contagious," end quote. The authors didn't mean that a virus or a bunch of bacteria can lead to weight gain. Instead, they argued that, based on a number of studies, we tend to follow the habits of those we spend the most time with, which is exactly what today's author Tyler was saying. So, if the people we spend the most time with tend not to exercise and maybe dine out at restaurants more often than not, we'll probably do the same. So what if instead, again, like Tyler suggested, we found a group that performs some of the behaviors we're hoping to adopt? Well then, if we spend enough time with them, we'll likely start to do those behaviors too. All right, that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for sharing this show with someone. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll be back here tomorrow as usual, so I'll see you there where your optimal life awaits.